Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor program. In this video I'd like to take a look at why correct position sizing is so important and why it's so good to do, and why it will help to your bottom line profits. As a good example, let's have a look at this is the Russell index on a 3-minute chart. It doesn't really matter what market, what time frame you trade. The principles apply to all markets, all time frames. So here you are watching this market. The market's just drifting down. You don't quite know what's going on. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get an idea of a potential area of support. Excuse me. In other words, where this market is likely to find a low. For this we can use our DP or decision point tool. So it's just an easy matter of just choosing swing high or low, and then we click on a prior pivot. Now the most important one is probably this one here, because this defines the low of this choppy consolidation. So if we click on this low here, we then get this DP level. If we drag it across a bit, this is the area where we think we want to watch for support. So we watch as the market comes down to this area. So we come down here, we get into this area, we make a blue buy bar, we then make another blue buy bar, another blue buy bar, and then actually on this bar here we actually take out the high of the prior bar. So what we can do on each one of these blue buy bars, we can set up a trade with risk reward and correct position sizing. We also need a target. So if this trade was going to be filled, the target would be the DP from the prior swing. So again, putting this on is really easy. Click, click. So we have a target up here somewhere. So let's put the risk reward on this bar, which is dead easy. Right mouse click. Then we do 3 clicks, the bar of the entry, the bar of the stop, the target. This sets up a potential trade for 3.7 R profit. But let's see what happens the next bar. The next bar is inside bar. So we can then do the same off the high of this blue buy bar. Sorry, I'll just do that one again. I missed the low bar. So it's there, there, there. This one's a potential 6R profit. We go for the next bar. Whoops, sorry, I went a bit too far there. We then go forward the next bar, and you can see it goes out, takes the low out without taking the entry level out, so no trade. We then do it again as the market's going down while we're still in this support zone and while we're still making blue buy bars. This is important. So we have to have a blue buy bar at decision point support to then indicate a potential trade. For those of you who like stochastic, we've also got a little bit of stochastic divergence going on here as well as we're coming to this low. As we've already seen, this bar then takes us into the trade. We're now long. But the important thing is we're long 4 contracts with our entry level here and our stop here. That means our initial risk is kept under control. I mean, this is for a 2% initial risk on a $20,000 account, but you obviously change the percent risk to suit your own trading needs and obviously adjust your trading account for whatever account size you've got. But the point being is that the initial risk here is 360, and if we get up to this level here, the profit would be $2,600 or 7 times that initial risk. And let's just keep on moving forward. And lo and behold, the Russell index rallies right up to this level absolutely beautifully, and then puts in a turn or a red sell bar at this level. So let's just note that down. This trade here would have made 7 times the initial risk, so that's a plus 7R profit. Let's assume we can do the reverse now. So let's assume that you think we're actually at a DP resistance. We have a red sell bar. We have a bit of divergence on the stochastic, so let's set up a trade, this time a sell from this level here. Now the question being is where are we going to go to? Well, I'll just take that DP off. We're actually going to go to the DP down here. Whoops, sorry, went a bit too far ahead there. Sorry, I'm a bit too far ahead. The DP down this low here. So the potential trade here would be bang, bang, bang. So you're thinking, oh, another potential 5R trade. So we've gone forward. You've already seen here that we're now short. We're now short here, this time 3 contracts. You see how it's different? Again, to keep the initial risk small. So the position sizing changes the number of lots. In other words, it changes the position or sizes the position to keep your initial risk constant. Let's go forward a few more bars. We're now definitely short here into the market here. We go along, and actually the market now has a different idea. We now stopped out. So what does this mean? Well, we stopped out for a -1R loss. So here we've had a little 2 trade example here. Now some people think, oh, 1 profit, 1 loss, that's not really very good. But the point that everybody misses, and this is what most amateurs miss, is that when you're wrong, this one here was a -1R loss, or -$390 in this example. Now if we go back to the prior one, and I put the risk reward on again here, do you remember that was a plus 7.2 or 2,600? So if you have plus 2,600 minus $390, that means you're up overall. In fact, you're up a very, very substantial amount overall. And this is a great example of why position sizing, correct position sizing, is so important, because it does not mean that you have to have a high number of winners, and that's very, very difficult to do over time. This is the one thing that amateurs all get wrong, is they do not understand that trying to predict markets accurately is very, very difficult to do time and time again. Most professional traders use correct position sizing and accept a lower percentage of winning trades, but because their profits are so much larger than their losses, that's what makes money over the time. Amateur traders seem to never understand that and seem to always crave a high percentage of winning trades, which is virtually impossible to do consistently over a long period of time. That's why most amateur traders lose in these markets, because they're going after the wrong thing. They're going after the emotional attachment to be right, as opposed to the professional's desire to keep your losses small when you're wrong and your profits large when you are right. So this is a great example that everyone out there should really learn and understand, is it's not about being right or wrong, it's about the size. And position sizing, correct position sizing, keeps your losses small. As we've seen here, we had a -1R loss here, but when you're right, keeps your profits large. And in this example here, the plus 7R profit was much, much greater than the -1R loss, and that is a great example of why correct position sizing is so important and why it will help all traders in their everyday trading.